How well do you know your apes? Hi, I'm Dan, I'm an AweSIMe ambassador, and today we're going to explore through the tree of life for the ape family. The apes are a superfamily of primates unified by some unique features. The ape shoulder girdle is great for balancing and upright posture. Apes have more backwards facing shoulder blades, which is great for swinging through the trees. Apes also lack a tail, which most other primates have. Apes also tend to have very complex social behaviours. But now, let's do a tour of the world of apes. Starting out in southern Asia, there are the 20 species of gibbon, who are also known as the lesser apes. Gibbons are smaller than other apes and are well known for their beautiful songs. They're also not quite as intelligent or self-aware as their great ape cousins. This is the reason why they're called lesser apes. Their extra long arms also make them really well suited for life in the rainforests, where they live right at the top of the rainforest in the canopy and the emergent layer. Zooming in on the islands of Sumatra and Borneo, we have our first species of great apes, the orangutans. The only Asian great ape species is famous for their red hair and also being the largest tree-dwelling animal in the world. However, you may not know, there are actually 3 species of orangutan, with the Borneo species being found on the island of Borneo and the Tapanuli and Sumatran species being found on the island of Sumatra. Whilst there is no link between red hair in orangutans and humans, we do actually share 96.4% of our DNA with them. Pivoting now over to Central Africa, we come across the largest species of all the primates, gorillas. There are actually 2 species of gorilla, separated by 560 miles of Congo rainforest, with each species having its own upland and lowland subspecies, with the uplands normally being a bit bigger and the lowlands being a bit smaller. Despite their large size and often scary reputation, gorillas are actually the most herbivorous of all the great apes, feeding almost entirely on vegetation. Interestingly, humans and gorillas actually share 98.3% of their genome with one another. Chimpanzees also share some of their range with gorillas in Central Africa, but they also have populations over in West Africa. Chimpanzees live in rainforests and savannas, where they not only eat fruit and berries and other vegetation, but they're also known to scavenge for eggs and even hunt for smaller mammals. Many people think chimpanzees are humans' closest living relatives, as we share about 98.6% of our DNA with them, but there's actually another species that we're even more closely related to. Humans and bonobos share 98.7% of our DNA with one another, making these often overlooked apes actually our closest living relative. Bonobos are found exclusively in the Congo rainforest on the other side of the Congo River to chimpanzees and gorillas, meaning that they've actually taken on a different kind of social structure, with bonobos being a matriarchal species, meaning that they're led by their females. Our final species of ape require us to zoom right the way out, because they live as far north as the Arctic Circle to as far south as Antarctica. Yes, we humans are actually considered apes. Even though we walk on 2 legs, we still share a lot of traits with our ape cousins. There is still quite an enigma in ape evolution based around the arisal of bipedalism, which is where an animal walks on 2 legs. Gibbons, our most distant ape cousins, are known to walk on their feet through the trees when not swinging through by their arms. We also see differences in the way that chimps, bonobos and gorillas knuckle walk, with chimps and bonobos knuckle walking on the lower part of their fingers, whereas gorillas tend to knuckle walk on the higher part. So gorillas walk on this bit of their fingers, whereas the chimps and the bonobos walk on this bit. Because of the differences of locomotion within the apes, we've had to look at the fossil record to try and figure out when bipedalism might have evolved. The common ancestor of human chimps and bonobos was believed to diverge about 6 million years ago. A skull from around that time that we think might come from the common ancestor of chimps, humans and bonobos shows their neck connecting to their head in a more vertical upright position rather than the more tilted position seen in the knuckle-walking apes. With the common ancestor potentially being bipedal, and gibbons themselves also being bipedal, this could infer that the common ancestor of all the great apes was a bipedal species that evolved knuckle walking to help with locomotion as they came down from the trees and started to walk out on the land of Africa. If you want to learn more about any of the animals that we've talked about in this video, check our page to see what videos we've already got on there. And if you have any questions about what we've spoken about, you can always ask us in the comments below.